The final day, it's starting. Another best of 5 series. Go next against the Donuts, everybody. It's time to party. We are in the top 4. All the teams that you're seeing from here on out in the tournament are already qualified for Meta Madness. Meta Madness has a co-op with the XCup Summer, and the top 4 teams get an advantage here. They will qualify for Meta Madness. Meta Madness will feature 8 teams in total, so another 4 will be determined through qualifiers. But here, the XCup Summer, we now find ourselves still in the lower bracket, but the Donuts are now going up against Go Next. And it should be pretty crazy. Go Next already played an insane series just before to get here against the Corridor Comrades. It was... I mean, it might not have been the best series in terms of skill or display of skill, but it sure as hell was exciting. Back and forth on pretty much every single map. It was absolutely incredible. Go Next was able to lock in the victory on the final map. Now that we're heading into the next game, we can see what exactly we're going to get out of that. So Infernal Shrines is map number 1 out of the best of 5 series. So let's check out who advances to face off against the Hardos in the next round. We're of course going to see Hazorps play as well before we're heading into the best of 7 grand final. So Infernal Shrines, we're starting things off with the ban on Vala, and we also got a ban on Hogger. Junkrat gets eliminated, and Garrosh. So given that it's Infernal Shrines, Tychus should be a pretty early pick here. We've seen a high priority on Brightwing in the last couple of days, so this is still something that could happen here too. But yeah, it's Stukov instead for Death Knight. I really want to see who locks in Tychus, because with Vala banned, when you're talking about your damage dealers, now that Junkrat is eliminated as well, you're kind of talking Tychus. When he can come in with Odin and really just absolutely wreck on the objective, you control the space completely, so Tychus should be a pick very early on. Might end up as a ban, but I would expect the teams to lock him in even before that. And there he is. Tychus, played by Ty. We had Leo, the patch that dropped 2 days ago. Changed Leoric, of course, a bit on the level 4. You now have a bit more flexibility in the sense that you can go for a different talent than Neil Peasants. You obviously still have the same idea than before. You're trying to be the one hero that rotates between 2 lanes to lock in all the experience, allowing the rest of the team to move as a 4-man, to set up ganks, to go for camps and everything. And we'll see if he can fulfill that role here. He's going up against Blaze, locked in by Blade. You're shocked. You're shocked, yeah. Blade playing Blaze? Who would have thought? Never heard of that, right? And we get Chromie. Alright, so she's back in there. Shut up. Yeah, she's a little bit too excited about all of this crap. But the Chromestar makes it back in, so our fake dragon is there for the poke. Which, honestly, is already leading me to believe that they are going to lock in another tank that can go for a quick lock in. They already played a composition with Varian for Taunt on level 4. This might be another one. It depends a bit on what they're aiming for here. If you're looking for wave clear, then of course Varian is not really going to be the hero for you. But if with Chromie and Stukov the whole thought process is to just snipe targets, then going into Varian might be an option for them. But there are, of course, a couple of other main tanks where you could try and pull off similar plays. If you go for Diablo, for example, a good wall stun would be kind of nice. If you get the angle correctly and Stukov is there to help you out, even the jet propulsion of Blaze could happen. But since we're talking about Diablo, he gets banned out, so that play was already shut down. And Falstad, as he got banned, is also eliminated here. Yeah, it's an interesting start into the draft. Now, with Make, there's always the option that you go into Mephisto, so that's another big one. A Mephisto pick at this point would be pretty nice for them too, but I believe that the Donuts probably see that coming from a mile away. And we get Stitches! Alright, it's playtime, baby. Stitches for Lauba with Brightwing, and technically they could still go into Medivh. Normally what we see happen whenever Stitches is picked, or when Medivh is picked, is that the other one gets banned out because nobody wants to go up against the Kidnap combo. But if you start playing around Gorge and Portals, you can just kidnap any target on the other side. And with Lauer locking Stitches in, Marlow has the opportunity to go for Medivh if they want to. Enubarak and Sylvanas to add not only the Cocoon, but also the Silence. So yeah, that sets us up on the blue team side. Enubarak with the stun, Stukov with the follow-up, Chromie with the raw damage, so we're going to get that. And now the big one. Medivh or no Medivh? That's the question. Marlow can play a damage dealer here, that's totally fine. That works perfectly well with what they have. They have 2 frontliners, they have Brightwing as a support, they also got Tychus. What? Okay, Team StarCraft apparently. We got Tychus and Probius. Okay, who let the probe out? What just happened? Okay, we're gonna see a cannon rush around the around the shrines. Guys, game number 1, the best of 5 series here at the XCup Summer. It's gonna be wild. Probius, the Donuts against Go Next. Game number 1, Donuts against Go Next. On the left side, we got Skog on Brightwing, Ixia on Probius, Ty playing Leoric, Lauber on Stitches, and Marlow is playing Tychus. So already on level 1, we got the Patchwork Creation. This time no dash talent for Tychus. Instead, we get the Quarterback on level 1 and Ixia with his Probius play here for the Warp Resonance. I mean, Ixia is known for Probius. He's known for Zarya, his Probius, his general playstyle with supports, but this is still a bit of a wild pick. On the right side of the map, Go Next with Bit on Anubura, Kelvin on the Chrome Star. We got Death Knight on Stukov, Blade playing Blaze, and Macke on Sylvanas. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Already a bit of a brawly in the middle, but we definitely have to watch how Probius is going to perform here. Now, Ixia always had that pocket Probius, and he's been playing it in some of the qualifiers for tournaments like the Master Splash with mixed success, I want to say. Sometimes he was able to surprise the opponent completely and they got the win out of it, but oftentimes he still suffered from the weaknesses that Probius just simply has. If you are in a position where Probius gets attacked by a Genji, by a Zeratul, whatnot, then you can just farm the shit out of the probe, and that's going to be easy kills. But in this case, it honestly could work. You have a decent frontline for yourself, you have a bit of wave clear with Probius that you can use for the shrine. So they're gonna try and make that work as best they can during the objective. In the meantime, though, they have to make sure that they're not losing any targets. And we're still on level 1, so there's not a lot going on here until we hit level 10, most likely. But just the combo of Anubarak and his engage with the follow-up on Stukov can be problematic. There's a lot of stun, there's quite a bit of CC for Go Next, so they can play around it. Camps are now being taken, and both of the teams are aiming for the first Khazra camp. But the blue team is a bit more aggressive in their approach as they're going for the more neutral camp at the bottom. And they're not being contested at all. Red team is just letting this one slide. So they still have one on the left side that they could pick for themselves. And a bit of a jump on Ty. And that's Leo already down. First kill in the game. Leoric trait activated. And that was a perfect kill that leads now to an easy camp taken on the left side. So they will walk away with 2 out of the 3 mercenary camps at the bottom of the map. Level 4 talents also kicking in slightly faster thanks to the kill for Go Next. In this case, we got the time troubles again. We also have the unstable poison. And still a bit of a play throughout in the middle. Obviously, one of the big deals is here that hooks will come out swinging time and time again. And whenever they connect those bad boys, the follow-up should be there immediately from Tychus, who I expected to go into the bigger they are, but he went into the Master Assassin. So, with Tychus, it's always a bit weird on the level 4 talent these days. You can still go into the stacks within the rhythm, even though we don't see it all that often anymore. But you can, and sometimes it still happens. But more traditionally, it's the bigger they are and Master Assassin. The Koreans came in with Master Assassins and were the first ones to really use that, the Chinese as well, because you have the passive gain of attack speed that's also applicable to Odin, and that makes it incredibly powerful. It's not so much about completing the quest. Very few, if any, Tigers players these days are able to pull that off, because we normally don't see that many kills on this level. But the passive is just so strong that you're already having a big win here. If you're going for a sniper composition, though, the bigger they are becomes a huge option, even if you don't have a Diablo or Stitches on the other side. So in this case, that's what I kind of expected. But they want to have Marlow in a position where he can really chunk them down to 0 health, and we'll see if that works out. First objective is now up, so the lanes are set and the players are looking for experience. The interesting part is that Go Next actually don't have... They are fucking up massively here. They don't have a hero in the mid or bot lane, so they're not soaking any experience for level 7. And that gives the Donuts an early talent advantage that they're using immediately. The fight turns on Stitches, but Lauber is still fine. And here comes the attack as Blaze was moving mid lane. They screwed the rotation up a bit. You can't 5-man without level 7 at the first objective if you have nobody else to soak level 7 for you. So they split Blaze off the fight, and that leads to the first objective being locked down by the Donuts. They have the advantage at the top lane now. At least level 7 for Go Next. But here comes the Relentless Soldier. Probius is coming in with a Rift Shock. And of course, this is going to cost them at least a wall. The wall is going to fall 100%. If they can open a sidewall up and put Lauber in a position where he can hook a target, then maybe they can even go for the fort itself. That is a bit doubtful. Oh, that jet propulsion didn't connect. Blade comes in, gets attacked immediately. Marlow, careful. Also has to be very cautious as he's moving between them. Objective defeated. The Punisher is down. First one, of course, a little bit on the weak sauce side. And the side laners are already rotating between middle and bottom in an attempt to get more experience for the teams. Chromie, as usual, locks in her heroic ability, her ultimate a little bit sooner. Comes in with the sand, slowing sands for her. And in the mid lane, we have Ty already doing his thing. And obviously still going for Neil Peasants on level 4. Just pointing that out real quickly. You probably already all read the patch notes and you've seen that Blizzard was talking about that. They wanted to give him a bit more talent diversity. Haven't really seen all that much of it yet. I mean, again, adjustments are being made and it's going to take some of the players a bit longer to really test out all of the new potential builds that they could look at. But we'll see if they can. For now, what do we have at the top side? Maka, he's still on the side lane. Go Next excelled yesterday with some of the Sylvanas rotations to disable structures as they're pushing for it and really exploiting her abilities. But today we haven't really seen that much of it happening. Now, to be fair, going up against the Donuts is also a completely different setup. The Donuts, the blue team is definitely the favorite in this one. They haven't gotten the kill yet, but here comes the Gorge, the hook, and they immediately attempt to escort the target out. There's the attack, and Death Knight is alive, and they take him down. Nice. Well done. Here comes the level 10, the heroic 4 Go Next. Too late to save Stukov, but of course now they got Bunker, they got the Wailing Arrow. And we have all of the ults that we expected here. No big surprises. We got the Null Gate for Probius, Brightwing with a Blink Heal, and that was the first kill for the Donuts as they are slowly starting to take a bit more control here. In the experience lead, we have half a level of an advantage for the Donuts. They're already on level 11. And with the next talent hitting on 13, it's a bit doubtful that we have a talent advantage for objective number 2 on the map. But still, time will tell. Now, of course, at this point, Lauber, again, waiting for the next potential hook. Stitches, heavy on the hit points as usual, is just tanking through all of that damage. They try the hook, they get wit, but they just have nothing to lock him down now. The only thing that they really hold here is Brightwing's Polymorph, and Brightwing herself was in huge trouble here. Eats the damage, follow-up stun, and the Fruit Fly is down. They got the Fly Swatter and took Brightwing down. Stitches died too, and a kill against Sylvanas to follow it up. 2-for-1 trade in favor of Go Next, and they go for the triple kill. Well done. Very impressive setup by them. And we're actually going to take another look at that fight. So let's have a quick look here. I mean, that battle, Brightwing just jumping in with the Blink Heal directly into the stun. That was super unlucky for them. Brightwing was just trying to heal Stitches, uses the ult, jumps in, gets stunned by it, and then is the first one to fall. Now we have the lead on the objective as Go Next is moving in for Shrine number 2 on the map. We're talking Mortar Punisher this time. Death timers are of course still a bit low, that's why we have the 5 versus 5 back on the map. But Go Next has taken a lead. And again, they are pushing Ty. Dropping down to 50% HP. Lauber, he has 5 seconds on the Gorge with his Stitches, so he's going to try and connect another hook here. And does, into the backline against Chromie. Nicely done. She's still trying to move out. The Gorge hits the Nubarak. They're trying to go for the Chrome Star, the bunker, and she dies just as she's attempting to enter. You would imagine that someone that is that small fits into the bunker quite neatly, but apparently Blade already took all the space up, so she's down. And with Chromie gone, they don't have that long-range poke anymore. The Donuts, of course, pop in Odin with Tychus, and that gives them a significant lead on the objective, and they're going to lock the second one in. Quite unfortunate for Go Next. They were in a great spot, initially at least, but then the blue team comes in and drops them. And with the entire wall gone, the tower's eliminated, the fort is exposed, and they're likely going to take this. The aggressive Matrix from Probius. Ixia is definitely bringing the pain here. Virulent reaction. Oh, the jet propulsion! Probius! The probe low on HP goes down. They take the fort, but they lose Brightwing too. Marlow is isolated on the right side of the map. He was attempting to at least go for the counter kill and failed to do that. So we have 3 kills for Go Next once again. And in total, that means we have 7 kills to 3. Now, the macro game is firmly in the hands of the Donuts. but Go Next is doing very well in these team fights now. The damage output of Sylvanas, she's at 27,000. With 18,000 for our boy Tychus. And with level 14 on both sides, it's still a very even game. Now, oh, that's a problem. That's a kill. If they get a good polymorph out, he has no chance to get away from that. Oh, well, with Death Knight in position, they might. They might be able to save him. And yes, they do. Lauber hooking the beetle. That was clutch. I honestly thought that Wit was also on cooldown on the burrow charge. So he was able to move out very easily because of that. So yeah, I was mistaken. My bad. Early level 15 though. And they're trying for another kill. Tai, Stunlock is there. They have him low. Can they drop the final hit points? And they cannot. But Ixia is also getting attacked now. And Maka is going for the kill and nearly locks it in. Ixia is barely able to get away. Probius nearly dying here. Cocoon against Tychus. Lauber, he's down. Stitches with a big booty is just a bit too fat and can't get out here. And we still have Promi shelling the shit out of them on the other side of the gate with one Dragon's Breath after another. Good for them. Yeah, but Sylvanas also gets murdered and everybody on the red team side is incredibly low. That should be a kill against Stukov at least. Indeed it is. Go Next a bit too far out. They dove too deep in an attempt to get those kills locked in. And now they are down 2 of their heroes. Could have probably moved back after the kill against Stitches, but yeah, they thought they could drive the momentum a bit further and maybe even get the fort. And therefore, the Donuts have map control again. Nice back and forth for the first game. Gotta admit that I didn't expect it to be this contested. And now with the level 16 talents kicking in, we also get the Mithril Maze for our boy Leoric. Yeah, Blizzard still a bit on the lazy side. Same exact icon for Tychus and for Leo. Wit turns around with the stun after he got gorged here. Leo's pushing out the bot side. Wit slowed even further. Another polymorph. And the buck is down. Bye-bye Kukaracha. So he's dropped. Ixia's already back to the top side now. 16 on both sides. 1-4 down. The one in the mid lane should soon fall. And they're also attempting to steal the camp away in this first game. 14 kills in total in 12 minutes. Marlow attacked again. And he bunkers up. Yeah, Stitches is still in the thick of things. They take down Chromie. And slowly but steadily, the game is falling a bit apart for Go Next. It's a staggered death against the red team. Now they will have to wait another 30 seconds after Nubarak is back before Chromie is joining the game. And of course, in this situation, you're going to lose the fort at the top. You're likely going to take more damage on the fort in the middle. And given the fact that the next shrine is spawning at the top side, it really hurts to lose the fountain and the fort now. If you can tap at the fountain during the battle and just regenerate some hit points and mana, you're always in a decent spot. But the red team now doesn't have that option any longer. Whereas the blue team, as you can see, still has all of that present right here on the left. So a very good position for the Donuts to be in their attempt to lock in the third objective. Leo, on the other hand, gets chased at the bottom of the map. And that's where Sylvanas comes into play again. So thanks to Sylvanas, they're able to go for counter damage, and that's super important. They pretty much accepted that they're going to lose the objective, and they just went for the fort. Now the blue team was attempting to go for a keep and pretty much just said, okay guys, if you want to trade here, that's fine. We are willing to trade that fort if you are taking damage on the keep. But the timing was just too good for Go Next, so there was just no way. Red team moved back, and the Donuts knew they can't go so far into enemy territory and attack the keep, or they will likely be flanked and ganked. So yeah, they abandoned that idea. They still have a very strong push coming now, and that's also a very strong Punisher. Frozen Punisher, once that he disables everything, is in a great spot. Death Knight gets jumped and dies. The Entomb by Tai, absolutely perfect. And just puts the bullseye on the target. An insta-kill against the Nubarak. The hook, the gorge, everything is perfect here. That's 2 kills that are so important now. And they might even get another one. The bunker about to save Blaze, but let's be honest, nobody is going to save that top keep. They should be able to lock this one in. Yes, the Punisher is busy in the middle, and they have only 3 defenders, but they are murdering this thing. And so they should. There will be continuous catapult pressure through the top lane now that the keep is destroyed. And that is a massive advantage on structures for the blue team. The Donuts, of course, with an immediate rotation into the mid lane. Bit of a blind hook over the wall in an attempt to hit another target and go for another Gorge play, if possible. I mean, he's on cooldown right now, but the hook alone would have been nice. But if you look at the minimap, they are controlling every single aspect here. Bot lane is pushed out a bit by the red team, so that's why Leo is there, gathering the experience, pushing them back and dealing with it. But yeah, it's pretty nuts. Probius, second highest siege damage on the blue team side. 29,000 is not too shabby on the hero damage either. So yeah, they got level 20, therefore the final talent has just kicked in. Or storm talents are ready. Sylvana still with the top damage against heroes. We have Chromion 36,000 herself, so both of them way above anything that the Donuts can bring to the table. But that doesn't really matter. If you're losing structures over all over the place, then it doesn't really help you. You need to do a whole lot more than just kill heroes. And if we're honest, in the last couple of fights, you weren't even able to do that. Now with a level 20 advantage, the Donuts are really intent on taking the bottom keep down too. So they're already going for it. 84 stacks for Leo, by the way, on his level 16. And the keep is falling, and it's falling quickly. Down to, well, 20 hit points. Another hook is missing, but Odin is just sitting in the back and is getting one salvo out after another. So the keep is insanely low, and they could push for it again. It's a 5 versus 5, but the situation hasn't changed. Without Storm Talents, it's tricky to move in. Shoot him up as the level 20, and of course the Buried Alive. I mean, this is probably the biggest engage tool in the game at this point. So if he hits that, any hero that gets caught is likely to die. There's a few things that can be done by Go Next in order to prevent it. If they drop the bunker on the outside just in time, then you can still play the bunker game and save the target. But besides that, very little comes to mind. Maybe Nubarok with a good cocoon could be in a spot where he just cocoons, let's say, Tychus, removes some of the damage. But we have level 20 now for both teams. That gives us the Trader King, the Fortified Bunker, and the next Shrine is up. And let's face it, that's the last chance for Go Next. They're already trying to put pressure on Lauber with a quick kill. But here comes Lauber, and he is hungry. Gets two of them gorged up. They're all slowed. Probius is providing a lot for this setup. And Stukov is dead again. Stukov is not having a good game here. They're going for the Leo kill, so that's kind of neat. But he's going to respawn on the scene, of course. Make rushing away. Stukov died 4 times. Again, Stitches is always a bit tricky. Every single time that you're dropping the Lurking Arm, you're pretty much going for a self-stun. And Stitches has an easy time hooking you. But even outside of that, they focused him down so many times that it hasn't been a pleasant game for him. The only one that hasn't died in the entire game is Blaze. Blade has not fallen even once, which is kind of impressive. Jesus! Make, the monster hook! Make with 40 HP, 30 HP, and he gets out! I don't think he's gonna play a role in this fight any longer. But that was still nicely done. Maybe he can drop the ult, but that should be about it. So yeah, he's already rushing away. Chromie is down, and Make decides that he's just going to Hearth. Yeah, he's rushing away, he's saying like, okay, this isn't happening. The objective is already taken. But the hooks that we're seeing from Lauber are absolutely insane. They're going for a Blade as the Arcane Punisher is moving in. He bunkers up once again, but this is going to be the first death on the side of the Firebat. And here comes Lauber with one Gorge after another. Make jumping in, jumping out, but the kill is ready, even playing it out with the Buried Alive. Nicely coordinated. And here comes the next hit. Make, how is he still alive? Like, how the hell is he still alive? Finally, the grenade hits him hard. Tychus came in and delivered the final blow. But that was just crazy. And the core is already falling. The shields are removed. And Nubarak is dead. We still have a bit of a dance party over here. They both know, of course, that it's over. The Punisher, he's German. He has no sense of humor, so he's jumping in. He sees them dancing, and he goes... and just drops Stukov. So yeah, Stukov gets stunned, goes down, spray game on point, but that is game. The lead for the Donuts in the best of 5 series against Go Next, everybody. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, Towers of Doom is the map. We got the Donuts against Go Next. 3 series today. As mentioned, we have 2 best of 5s. whoever wins here moves on to face off against the Hardos in the next round. And then, of course, in the grand final, we have a best-of-7 series where Team Wah is already waiting for their next victim or opponent. We'll see. For now, the favorite is in the lead. We have the Donuts with a win in game number 1. But Vala gets banned again. My girl just doesn't get any love here today, so our little Red Riding Hood gets banned out for the second time in a row. No chance of play. But we're on tower, so that means that you could think about globals. And also the next... Yeah, talking about globals. The birdie is banned. But yeah, talking about the series at hand and a little bit about the preference pick on both sides. What has happened over the last couple of days against Wit's team is that they banned out the Vikings on Towers of Doom. That happened multiple times. And I could see Wit trying to pull the Vikings off. Now, why is that? One of the main reasons why a Viking pick is not out of the question for them is simply because if you go up against the Donuts, maybe your thought process is, hey, these guys are on the mechanical side just a little bit better than we are. They have more coordination, so we could try and throw them a curveball here and just try something a little bit different. And of course, Vikings aren't unheard of on Towers of Doom. It's not like the Donuts never faced off against it, but it's something that still introduces a bit of a chaos element into the game. So Go Next could try and pull that off. Tigers gets locked in by Marlow after we have Junkrat in the game, and we get Leo for the side lane rotation once again. Okay. But yeah, Vikings are an option. And if you want to go for the Vikings, you have to decide now. Do you risk that they're getting banned on the 3rd position by the opponent's team? Do you pick them now, but then they also can be countered? Or do you just abandon the entire idea and say like, yeah, whatever, we're going to go for a more traditional composition here. So, let's see. Right Wing and Dehaka. Yeah, talking about globals, right? Falstad was banned, and we have immediately Fruit Fly and the Dinosaur locked in. So that's a lot of globals that you have right here. And with that, the question remains, what's happening on the ban side? Are the Donuts banning the Vikings out? Honestly, given what's being picked, I think the chance of the Vikings being played here are pretty much 0. That would be a very, very strange foreman that you're attempting to build here, so I don't think that they have to be concerned about that any longer. And they ban a Nubarak, which makes way more sense. Okay, then again, that was an insta-damn. Okay. Well, no Diablo for you. Technically, I guess you could still play around Medivh. Yeah, Medivh is, again, weird. Like, yesterday was played in multiple games, multiple series, too. So for today, he hasn't really seen anything. And, yeah, let's have a look. What's the next one? What are the Donuts gonna lock in now? We still need... I honestly want to see Ty at some point on a Tracer or something along those lines again. But with the switches that they have, he's been consistently playing either side laners, melees, or whatnot. Lauber with a Blaze main tank right now. Okay, Blaze main tank. Trying to make that work again. The Donuts are really the team that are not afraid to put out these weird combos. And now thinking about it, they played with Lauber as a main tank the other day with a double support and double damage. So it's not so sure that he's going for Blaze. But here comes Marcus Mephisto. So once again, he picks it. Johanna is played by Wit. And as the last pick approaches, Ty. I honestly don't know how many of these heroes are going to swap over. Lauber could play the main Blaze tank, but we haven't seen that a lot. We have seen him recently, though, with the Leoric main tank. And with quite a bit of success, too. They are the X-Factor team in Europe at this point, I believe. They are always the ones... Yeah, we have a couple of players that have certain side picks that they really like to go for. But if anyone is going for just crazy comps, it's the Donuts these days. And there's Tracer, and I like that a lot. And I hope that they're sticking it with Ty as a player. But nope, they're switching it over to Marlow. Nothing against Marlow, but just from a, you know... nostalgia point. Nostalgia might be the wrong word for it. It's not been that long, but yeah, Ty and Tracer is kind of fun. Anyways, game number 2, best of 5 series, Towers of Doom. Everybody go next against the Donuts. Game number 2, the lead for the Donuts. The favorite is slightly ahead in the series now. Go Next is, of course, going to try and bring it back here. On the left side, we have Marlow on Tracer, Ty on Tychus, Skok is playing Leoric, Ixia is playing Lucio, and Lauber on Blaze. So the Blaze main tank over the Leoric main tank variation that they played just the other day. On the right side of the map, it's Wit on Johanna, Death Knight on Brightwing. We got the globals with Blade playing Dehaka in game number 2. And Marco and Mephisto with Kelvin on Junkrat. So the damage department is looking very strong for them. Also a lot of displacement with Junkrat already. And well, with the level 1 talents, we get our Consume Vitality again. Blaze is gonna work on the Unstoppable frames, trying to complete the quest on level 1, going into the new habits. Junkrat is already at the bottom of the map. And this is the biggest comeback map in Heroes of the Storm, obviously. So, as far as Heroes of the Storm maps go, Towers of Doom is also one of the most popular ones. Now, there's a couple of others that we see occasionally. But, yep, Ty is already getting pinged. This entire Heroes of the Storm tournament was pretty amazing, I gotta say, because we had so many clutch games also between teams. But this one, I think we have a clear favorite, and they were able to log a victory in game number 1. I want to say that for Go Next, even hitting the top 4 was a bit of a success, considering that the regular season didn't go all that badly for them, but it was also nothing to write home about. So they still have a chance to cause the upset, take the Donuts down. But if they want to accomplish that, kind of need to win this one. Now, of course, this is a best of 5, so even if you lose, it's not quite over yet, but pulling off a reverse sweep is always tricky. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they can do with it. One way or another, up at the top, the drag is in, and that's a kill. Leo is down. Blade soloing Skog. Nicely done. The perfect drag connect with the tongue, and that helps him to get into tower range, and that's enough damage to drop him. Wit getting attacked, and Brightwing coming in with a better save than Sorry play. Using the cooldown to save him. That jet propulsion could be a problem. Now, Blaze as a main tank is not really all that common these days anymore. The jet propulsion engage is just too unreliable if you compare it to other tanks. Of course, there was a time when it was even worse. Blizzard changed it a little bit. And we have a big lag here. Holy cow! Woo! Baby! Server issues, or what's going on? But well, we're still in the game. Happy hippo. Yeah, we were joking yesterday that the new patch also introduced a couple more bugs into it, since we had all of the observers drop at one point in the loading screen. So I don't hope that that's the follow-up on it, but either way, whatever happened there, it's over. We have still 1 kill against 0. The Donuts against Go Next, and currently the Donuts are on the run. Go Next, they are pushing them back, and with all of these 3 altars now activating, they are hoping, of course, to lock in 2 out of the 3. So let's see if they can pull that one off. First and foremost, we have some action against Skog in the mid lane as they push Leo back and force him to retreat. The jet propulsion is on point though. Make in trouble, and Jojo dies. Jojo down, and the timing could not be worse. Ghastly Reach on level 4 for Leo. No Needle Peasants this time. Nope, we're going instead for the extra range. So pretty nice talent here for additional control. 2 of the altars have already been channeled by the Donuts, so that is 8 points off the red team's core, and maybe even a play on the right side for the 3rd one. I doubt that's happening, considering that Junkrat alone could just simply sit here and interrupt them over and over again. The blue team agrees and lets it slide, but they still have the advantage as the shots are fired, and damn, yeah, that problem is continuing. Blizzard, server fix please. I'm not sure if it's affecting the players too, but that would be pretty bad. So, let's get that happened. We'll see what's gonna go on. But yeah, anyways, by now we have level 7 talents on the side of the Donuts. I want to talk a bit about Blaze, and that's when we had the first problem occur. But yeah, so Blaze was for some time experimented with, even in the times of HGC as a main tank, but the jet propulsion engage was always too unreliable because of the delay. Blizzard changed that a little bit at some point and decided that they would shorten it, and that made Blaze as a side laner and as a main tank a bit more viable, but he's not really played in this position anymore because others are just so much better in that role. Then again, right now, they're gonna get another kill. That's Brightwing down and Mephisto down, so they make it work. There's a lot of weird comms that they've been able to make work lately. But at the same time, we also have to say that, of course, them heading into the series as a favorite gives them a bit of an upper hand. I really want to see if they can pull a play like this off against either team or the Hardos. That would be a bit more impressive. But again, either way, now we got 3 kills to 2, and quite a bit of momentum for the blue team. Now, it hasn't led to a massive leading experience yet, but of course, the pressure is on. They've been chasing them away here a bit. They've also locked in the additional pumpkin camp. And with the double altar now being activated, it could turn into a battle around level 10 abilities, given the fact that the Donuts are now going for another pumpkin camp try to lock in some experience. We still have topside Leo getting some of those minions eliminated. And with just poking it out for, I want to say, another 10-20 seconds, you're going to rely on heroic abilities, and that could result in a double altar for the Donuts and 8 points of Go Next's score. So there's that. But, well, for now, they're already... Yep, there's a level 10. They're already yielding the position. They're moving back. Go Next is not even trying to make a play here. For good reason. It's just too dangerous. So 8 shots get fired, dropping the core down to 24 against 36. The advantage is there. And all that the red team can do until they hit level 10 is simply sit there and try to stop the bleeding. Try to make sure you don't lose the bell tower at the bottom of the map. But Odin gets popped immediately. They want it. They want the bell tower. They are fighting while they can. Level 10 now for both sides. Blessed shield this time. Good damage against Macke. Very likely going to go for the Dorans of Hate again. And yep, there it is. Locks it in. Wit gets attacked and pushed back. 2 kills to 3. Level 10 ready for both sides now. But half the red team is already low. Wit on Johanna, he could be the one to turn the fight if he gets a good Blessed Shield connected. If they can stack some of those CC abilities. Especially against Tracer, it would be amazing. That's always a hard one to hit. So yeah, dancing around again. Wit, careful. Does he have the Iron Skin? He doesn't. And gets... oh, taken down by X here. Nice. What a setup. They get a kill. Do they get 2? Macke barely makes it out. The Riptire. And they try to drop Lucio, but they cannot. The bunker saved him. And the Riptire was pressured so much that Junkrat eventually had to pop it. So now, again, they move away. 4 kills to 2 in total. Leo is all alone at the top lane and is starting to take some of those towers down. Great moves by the Donuts. They're starting to dominate here. A level lead for them at this point in time. 19,000 damage for Tychus. The only one that has fallen so far, twice, is Leoric. And if you lose anyone on that team, you want it to be Leo. Can always respawn on site, doesn't have as much travel time. So there's that. And they of course want to go for the next altar, despite the fact that they haven't locked in that bottom bell tower yet, but 4 shots are 4 shots. Another engage against Wit. That could have been a kill if he didn't have the Iron Skin here. But they make the play for the pumpkins. The shots are fired. 20 against 36 points on the core now. They're trying to take the camp. They zone them out. It's a 5 versus 5 at this point. Choke point control though. And Ixir is falling back. Lots of damage by the Donuts, but Go Next is repaying them in kind. We have, on the other hand, Odin. So if they want to continue a battle like this, they could always pop a few more ults. That drag though, absolutely perfect. Blade came out of the bushes and Ixia just did not see that coming. Wasn't prepared of it. And with that, we have 4 kills to 3. But the talent advantage, of course, is on the side of the Donuts. They have the extra talent now. But at least the numbers advantage can now be exploited by Go Next. And they do it by stealing the camp on the other side away. If with the pumpkins they can now break through the wall, it would be a good start. So one of the towers down. But they gotta do a little bit more. It's rough. They need to bring this back, and well, Dehaka is doing a good job. He's soaking the side lanes. He came into multiple fights now, which led to a few kills for them too. But they have to bridge these gaps. Skog running away again. Blade with a drag, but where's the follow-up? Here comes Wit, but they are too late to the party. And at the bot lane, we now have Odin used immediately by Tychus. They are going to go for the drop on the bell tower, and they should get this one. The isolation misses as Dehaka comes in from the side. They are getting really unlucky here with some of these moves now. The Entomb against 2. Riptire. Bunker is also up, and Kelvin goes down. The Rat is dead. Junkrat eliminated. They're going for the next kill. Macke is about to fall. Whoa! The jet propulsion against 4. What the hell? 4 heroes down. They drop all of them. 5-man team wipe and a bell tower conversion. Fuck me. What a play. Check that one out. Look at this. The jet propulsion into 4. And that was just magnificent. They get all the kills, 9-3, and all of a sudden they're 2.5 levels ahead. That was insane. That was just flat out insane. The tracer bomb hitting multiple targets, the jet propulsion connecting, everybody eating damage. What a blow. Guys, seriously, we're gonna take another look at this. That was just too good. Check this one out. There he comes. Bam! Straight in, and then everybody gets crushed. They made such a huge jump in experience through that fight alone. And of course, the map control it resulted in. It's incredible. That was insane. So right now, Pumpkins through the bot lane, bell tower control 5-3. Leo is already pressuring the mid lane too, and they are suffering. Go Next is suffering here, and they are suffering a lot. It's going to take them 1.5 levels to get to level 16 talents. So they're playing at a disadvantage, and they will play at a disadvantage for a long time now. The boss is still up on the map and could be taken for another 4 shots. They're already down to 14. This is bad news. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the next rotation should be a triple altar. And yes, it is. There it is. Gets announced. So we could technically see the game end here. I don't think that's going to happen, but technically it's possible. All the way top side, Brightwing had to save Dehaka. Down here, that's the first 5 shots fired. Even if they can't end it right now, that's still a massive threat. Blessed Shield got YOLO'd out, but Marlow dodged out on it. Uh-oh, no, no, no! Junkrat, he's dead! This could be game! This could be game now! 5 versus 4, no level 16, Maka on the run, Tychus is channeling at the bottom. Mephisto will fall. Mephisto is down, they're gonna get the bell tower. The first 5 shots connect with Go Next's core. And that is incredible here. They're taking another bell tower in just another second. Skok is alive. They couldn't even kill Leo. Wit is dead. There's still 2 altars up. They could even go for a single altar plus boss and they would end the game here. Blade is gonna die, and that is it. That has to be it. 6 bell towers currently controlled by the Donuts. They have the 2-0 lead. They have it. This is it. The channel is already happening, as you can see. They're going for the first one, and boom, there it is. The big hits incoming, and that's game. 2-0 for the Donuts against Go Next. GG, and well played. Towers of Doom goes to the blue team. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 3. The 2-0 lead for the Donuts against Go Next. The Blaze connect with 4 heroes. That put the final nail into the coffin. Up to that point, it was a bit of a back and forth with the Donuts slowly taking a lead in game number 2. But holy hell, that engage was absolutely incredible. So, yeah, don't know what to say, but it broke Go Next. It absolutely broke them. It not only gave the blue team an incredible lead in experience, but also it gave them bell tower control, and they started to use that to their advantage and very quickly decided the game in their favor. Now we're heading into game number 3 of the best of 5 series. Keep in mind, the winner of this moves on to face off against the Hardos in the next round. We have Tomb of the Spider Queen now coming up with bans on Leo. Yeah, they're done with that. They're absolutely done with Leoric. And okay, there's the Garrosh ban. And what else did they eliminate here? Wave clear is key. Tomb of the Spider Queen on this map. Wave clear is absolute key. I could totally see a bit of a weird composition for the Donuts again, on the other hand. That wouldn't surprise me even a little bit. Yeah, but things are currently not looking good for Go Next. Now, them coming in 4th in the tournament, I think in and of itself is already a bit of an accomplishment, so don't get me wrong. They played a fantastic second day yesterday. And also, with all of this, qualified for Meta Matles directly. We got Blaze now picked immediately by Blade. Again, loves to play that hero. And what is the opening for the Donuts? Do we see something with Stitches, Medivh, something crazy? I wouldn't put it past one of the teams today. You'll also go for a bit of a meme setup again. I mean, it's a little bit weird, right? When you're talking about something, let's say, Alex Straza plus Stitches, it's a bit of a meme setup, but at the same time, if you can make it work, you're going to have a main tank that walks around with 11 or 12,000 hit points and is more or less unkillable. So there's that. But Marlow looks in Vala, and we have a Hogger now, played by Skok, unless of course they switch it over. Yeah, and with Tomb being the map, whereas, okay, Tychus and Diablo. So for the first time today, Diablo not banned in this series, but instead taken. Is that a Medivh pick? Do they try to go for a Leyline and an Apocalypse? They could. It's a hero that you can play here. You can be very aggressive with Medivh when he opens the portal for the rotations. So, yeah, there's that. And, well, Brightwing gets banned over a potential Medivh pick. Medivh is such a weird hero because it's one that you always have to have in the back of your head. And sometimes there's multiple series where he doesn't get played once, he doesn't get played, he doesn't get banned, and all of a sudden he just appears on every single map as one of the two. So, yeah, that can be pretty spicy there. But it is an option for them to play him now. They have good damage with Macke, they have Diablo in here, so a Leyline into APOC would work for them. But of course you have some other options too. And Zarya as a ban is again targeting X here. He already showed us his Probius in game number 1, but now with Zarya banned, he at least is not able to support Vala with Zarya. That is something that the Donuts have played multiple times on this map, by the way, as well. So, yeah, good choice for Go Next. I'm sure he can lock something in that's going to give them trouble one way or another. But at least that's... I don't want to call it a free win, but that power comp is not available. So we get Ana, and we have Lauber on Anubarak this time. No Stukov, by the way. Could still be played by Go Next. At this point, Malfurion and Stukov both make sense. Deckard Cain after the patch is also more viable now, and has been chosen multiple times. But it's weird for me to see a game where Stukov has not been touched as a pick or a ban. And there's Deckard Cain, the old geezer. I just talked about him. Yep. Hanzo plus Deckard Cain. A lot of CC. I got a lot of CC here. Not only the old man, but Hanzo too, with a good Dragon's Arrow. Yeah, and Tai as the last pick. So, let's see what we're gonna get. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Again, it's game number 3. A 2-0 lead for the Donuts already. So it could be the last map of the series. Can Go Next bring it back? Tai locks in Thrall. The War Chief is in the house, everybody. Okay, the triple front line for the blue team as we are heading into the 3rd map of the series, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 3, and off we go. On the left side, the Donuts with Skork on Hogger. We got Tai on Thrall, Ixia on Ana, Marlow on Vala, and Lauber on Nubarok. On the right side of the map, Go Next. Well, if they want to go next, then they gotta win a few. Wit on Diablo, Death Knight on Deckard Cain. We got Kelvin on Hanzo. We have Macke on Tychus. And Blade is playing Blaze. Alright, let's go. Let's see which team locks in the victory. Can the red team put a point onto the scoreboard and force game number 4? Or is it all over for them in the XCup summer now? Will they have to come back in the next season? That's the big question right now. And we're going to answer that obviously in a couple of minutes. On level 1 we got the Trolling Thunder. Actually a viable talent. Has been for a while now. Every talent honestly for Thrall these days is viable. You don't see the hero played a lot. But once you have him in game, all 3 level 1 talents are an option. Trolling Thunder probably the most played talent these days, but yeah, you can pretty much play anything. Heavily dependent on the map, your setup, and also how your opponent is approaching the map. For example, Trash Lightning is mainly played on Battlefield of Eternity, and there it also depends on if you're having a 4-1 setup, a 2-3 setup, or how exactly you're going to play it out. But okay, for now we got Go Next against the Donuts. We have at the bottom of the map our 1 versus 1. Deckard Cain got apparently tired from identifying things in Diablo Resurrected, so now he's coming in for that. Yeah, I heard by the way that Diablo Resurrected is not as much of a shit show as Warcraft Reforged, but still, seems like also interest has waned a little bit. That's a kill, that's a double kill, and damn, they're coming out swinging again. Holy hell, Tychus down, Diablo down, I mean, good lord. The Donuts, they are moving in with kill after kill here. These guys are starting to murder. Now it's only 1 minute, 2 minutes into the game. Great start for them. If they can establish a bit of a snowball here. They're already half a level ahead, and of course now turn-ins are also theirs. Skok has 7 at the bottom. Maybe already turning those in. They're going for the camp instead. Yeah, Nubarok went for the Regeneration Master on level 1, so he's trying to work on his hit point pool a bit. Wants to get the extra 500 after he gets the 30 health regeneration. Also kind of important for them now. And down to the bottom of the map, Tai and a Blade in position on the solo lane still. Tai took over for Hogger so that he can chip in a bit on the camp itself. Now we got the shielding potion for Deckard Cain. And we got the bigger they are against this lineup now for Tychus. So, yeah, with the 2 kills and the camp's now taken, it's time for Go Next to really show what they're made of. They need to step it up a bit. I mean, from the beginning, it was clear that Game 3 will be rough for them. Looking at the lineups, we all expected the Donuts, the Hardos, and Team Wah to make it into the into the top 4. But then again, Chili Mountain, of course, was another candidate that could have potentially made it into the tournament, but they just barely didn't make it into the playoffs. There's always an opportunity for them to participate in future tournaments and show their skills off there. The team definitely quite strong, but for now, the top 3 are moving into their positions, as you would expect. But at least a bit of pressure in the mid lane now. So, Go Next, they know they have to fight for this one. Stacks are certainly accumulating on Vala as well, but also for Blaze, who wants to have the unstoppable. And here comes Tai as they make the engage, but Wit also gets focused down immediately, and there's not enough healing. Deckard Cain, I mean, there's no surprise that he doesn't heal Diablo. The 2 of them had a grudge going on for nearly 20 years now. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that he doesn't get any potions. So, Deckard Cain is now riding around, but Diablo down for the full timer since he didn't have his quest completed on the baseline. Only 40 stacks to his name. The pressure at the top continues. With level 7, we now got the Ancestral Wrath over here. So a bit of a nuke. Also sustain that you get with it. And even engage on level 7 now for Nubarok. So he's going to dive in a little bit deeper, I suppose. With the Subterranean Shield, he definitely has that option. Survivability is going to increase. They got 47 gems that they're holding, so they can go for the turn-in. And Dibbles came back. Is he gonna die again? Yes, he is. Maybe not. No, he is. Diablo down once more. That's, yeah, not really all that terrifying, the Lord of Terror here today. I mean, I've seen kittens that are more terrifying than Diablo. Wit is having a bad one. That's the 3rd time that he was dropped. Just came back from the Nexus and gets immediately sent back here, free of charge. Now, of course, they can go for that turn-in, and if they wait it out a bit longer, given the fact that they're just doing so well, they might even be able to pair off the turn-in with level 10 abilities. So, yeah, that would be quite a disaster. But they're going for it. The first map we will wave. There's a level until they hit level 10. Either way, this should be a difficult push to stop for the red team. And if they lose some of their heroes, they might lose out on gems too. Maka and Blade down at the bottom. Marlow jumping in. Good damage against Blaze. Maka isolated. Can they get him here? And the answer is no. But they have him low, down to 50% HP. And he doesn't seem to have the cooldown ready on the fountain. At least he's not doing anything now. It's Death Knight that has to come in and help him out. 9.5. Can they get level 10? Good moves against Marlow. Vala. And she's dead. That's the play. There we go. The first kill for Go Next. That's how you have to defend against a Web Weaver attack. Take down the main damage dealer. But they also abandoned the top lane, and that results in the first fort of the game being taken. Granny is running away, at least trying to. It's a snail race, everybody. The old geezer against Anna. It's a boomer battle right here. But level 10 is available finally. And we get Sundering. Look at that. Thrall looking for those flanks. He's coming in with the Sundering. Is he going to hit it? Has a chance. Yes, they want him and they get him. 27 gems down the drain. Uh-oh, that's a lot of bling bling that they just lost. That's really bad news. They don't even have the ability to turn in right now. They didn't turn in a single gem yet, but they're only holding 43 here. Another fort gets attacked, and they're sitting at the side watching the show. They wait for Maka to help him out too, but the fort is down to 50% HP, with finally completing his baseline, so now he is going to be resurrected immediately after dying. But they take it. Even if a hero dies now, it doesn't really matter anymore. You got the second fort, and that's only with the first objective. Macke is also getting attacked. The old man again. Stay a while and listen. Back in my day, we listened to real music, not this hip-hop bullshit. But yeah, old man telling stories again. Same time now, Lauber getting attacked. Big battle, by the way. Bunker coming out, everybody low, and they might lose Blaze again. But first, it's Tigers that dies. Gets murdered by Anna. Look at Granny here. She is getting murderous. Death Knight still on the run, but the Cocoon is ready, and that's another kill, isn't it? Yeah, 100%. There's no way he gets out of this. Death Knight, he loses another 11 gems. And they are down to 26. Normally, when you see teams play on Tomb of the Spider Queen, they gain gems over time. For Go Next, it's exactly the opposite. They're losing gems as the game continues. So 8-2-2. And yeah, this is bad. Oh, wait, no, no! They're all dying. Macke is dead. And guys, this is just crazy. 10 kills to 2. The Donuts, they have no time to waste today. They're going through Go Next like hot butter through cheese as they drop all the forts at the 8-minute mark. That's just nasty. That's honestly just nasty. If you are a Go Next fan, I would advise that you get yourself some chocolate ice cream or whatever tickles your fancy, because you are gonna need it. You're gonna find yourself in front of the monitor crying in a couple of seconds if this trend continues, and ice cream helps. Ice cream definitely does help. I gotta say, by the way, chocolate ice cream isn't even my favorite. Stracciatella is amazing, and I honestly like vanilla as well. So, I don't know. People have sometimes super fancy tastes in ice creams, but for me, give me some cookie and cream, give me some stracciatella, and I'm a happy panda. Absolutely. So yeah, lemon is, by the way, also very, very good. The cool thing is that we have really good ice cream over here in Spain too. Now, some of the stuff that they have in Germany is a little bit more to my taste, but over here in Valencia, at least, it's very, very good. Ice cream is amazing. Like, in case that you haven't really noticed, this is a huge ice cream fan here. And the cool thing is ice cream also does not have any calories. I mean, think about it. At the end of the day, it's just flavored water. Does water have calories? No, it doesn't. So ice cream doesn't have calories either by that logic. I know there is a huge government conspiracy where they try to tell you that ice cream has a lot of calories. It's not true. They tell you that because they want all the ice cream for themselves. Think about it. It is only logical. So, big fight happening in the mid lane now. This is the push where they might even go for the keeps, where they might even go for the core. They got the objective. It was a long time coming. They're making the play. 10 kills to 2. They have the talent advantage. The web weavers, they are hitting, and they are hitting hard as they are moving in for victory. At the bot lane, the towers are being destroyed too. We are very early in the game still, and they might not get a keep even. Simply because the web weavers have not scaled properly yet. Blade is moving in too, and that's the first fountain down. The keeps are taking damage on both lanes. Top lane is also still in trouble, since the web weaver is still alive. Broke through the wall. Macke, the only defender on this. And yeah, level 13 is close, and they finally have it. But the problem, you probably spotted it already, is that we will get level 16 for the Donuts in just another moment. Yeah. It's not going to take long for them. They're going to get their level 16 here. So we got 29,000 now for Vala, 30,000 for Tigers. And Nubarak a bit fouled here. It seems also that we still have a... Oh, diving into the apocalypse nearly. The Sundering also didn't connect. Oh, but they got Kane. No! Deckard is going to tell another story, and this time they interrupted him before he could even start there. So they do just shut up for once, and they dropped him right away. Good news is that the cooldown, therefore, at least did not go... was interrupted, so it didn't go in full cooldown, only on the short one. Bad news is that without the support, there's a chance that the Donuts are locking in the destruction of the keep after all. So they're starting to move in, try and take it down. There's the kill against Diablo. He got surrounded. 5 deaths on Dibbles. Hanzo didn't die yet, but the keep is crumbling. The keep is down. The Beetle is jumping in. They're chasing Macke. Macke is trying to rush away, but he doesn't stand a chance. Deckard Kane again with the ult. Stay a while and get wrecked. Well, the only one that gets wrecked here is the setup on the Go Next side. Their lineup is just getting murdered. Kelvin is also down. It's the beginning of the end, everybody. 15 kills against 2, a 3-level advantage. It looks more and more as if the Donuts are going for a flawless victory. At least when it comes to the map score, of course. They lost 2 heroes. Anna and Vala have both been feeding a bit. Don't worry, already reported them earlier. So both of them will be taken down by Blizzard eventually. Yeah, I'm just kidding, by the way. You don't get banned for feeding or anything. You don't get banned for ruining games. You only get banned when you complain about feeders and call someone an idiot or something. 1 kill against Diablo. He's not having a good game today. Wit has a tough one here. It's not necessarily his fault. He just gets farmed at the front line. He's the tank. He's the one that eats all the damage. Make also dying. He died for the 5th time now. The shield is already down. Hanzo is dead, and they are just going for kill after kill. They want to make the 20 happen. They're not even focusing the core. Core is only losing hit points to the minions here. Finally, the attack incoming, and that, of course, secures them a position in the next series against the Hardos. No comeback possible any longer. Blade is down, and here's the 20, baby. 20 kills to 2. The core goes down, and the Donuts advance to give us a classic match in the next round. The Donuts against the Hardos.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.